It's 6 o'clock in the morning. It is the day of my surgery. I'm finally going to get my forehead back. I'm here at the hospital. My dad's here.
What's happening?
My mom's here. And my wife Lisa. And I've been waiting a long time for this. It's been 4 months and a day since my accident. They did the surgery on my forehead. This is actually titanium right here. And the part that's missing was the part of my skull that had 3 fractures in it. I ended up having 3 brain bleeds, and they had to take my forehead out because of the pressure. So there's a reason why it's not in there, and it's to keep me safe. But I need to get my forehead back. It's just it's really weird seeing yourself in a mirror without a forehead in, because like if you could see right here, this skin is the only thing that's in between my brain and anything that comes near it. So it's kind of scary. You could actually see the pulse of your brain through the skin. It's really trippy. It's terrifying, actually. So what they're gonna do to me today, they're gonna put a fake forehead in for me. It's gonna be made out of plastic. They're going to pop it on. They're gonna put a titanium plate, another one here and another one there. They're gonna screw it into my skull and the plate. Then they're also gonna use bone cement and seal it up. And I'm just glad to finally get a forehead again, because not having one is quite strange. And it's strange because you gotta wear a helmet all the time, everywhere you go. And I don't mind wearing the helmet to keep it safe, but it's just, wearing a helmet literally everywhere, it kind of brings some attention to you that you wouldn't expect, at least. So we're going to get the surgery at 7:30 in the morning. It's supposed to take about 3 hours of surgery, and then afterwards, I don't know how long the recovery is going to be. I heard it's a few days or so, but I think Big Boy's going to come over after the surgery's done. He's going to come check in on me, and it's exciting, but it is scary because I have a scar that goes around my head already from here all the way to this side, and they're gonna open that scar up again to pull my skin back, and then my brain is going to be exposed out there, which is it's kind of trippy. But this is the next step of putting the crash and the accident behind me, and I'm looking forward to that. You can come on in.
Hello. Scott, right?
Yep.
I'm Donna. I'm one of the nurses. I'm going to come join you.
Alright, next day after my head surgery. This sucks. Look at the scar across my head. Yesterday was terrible. I couldn't even open up my eyes. Today, one step further. I'm opening up my eyes, but as you can see, there's a line that goes across my head. That's a tube that is draining out on the side to the left. Now that tube has to be pulled out right now, and then they're going to stitch it up. And they're not giving me like any sort of injection. So they're going to put me on some kind of crazy medicine through my IV to get me to calm down, I guess, because they suggest it. Oh, fun day today. I know it's part of it. I know this is like the last journey of this to put the accident and the surgeries behind me, but look at me right now. This is a mess. So we'll see how this goes. So after spending 2 days in the hospital, we are now in the car going home. It was a rough 2 days. I'm really surprised on actually how hard it is. Right now, you guys could see I don't have my helmet on. I'm not supposed to wear a helmet. I'm not allowed to wear a hat either, or put a hood on or anything like that, because they can carry bacteria and you can get an infection. We don't need an infection. You can see the scar that goes across my whole head. That was a lot of fun. Still is. But we're making do. I guess this is what I gotta do to get a forehead again. Forehead looks good. You can see the line though right there. That's the only thing. That's the line from the tube that was the drain. So they dragged that drain out to the other side of my head. I showed you guys that already though. But we are heading home. they said it's okay for us to go. We just need to wash my head tomorrow. We're allowed to put soap on it and water, but we can't scrub it or anything like that. Now, I'm going to have to stay like this for like 2 weeks, so it's going to be very interesting to, I don't know, see if I'm going to be able to go around anywhere or go out in public like this, because it kind of looks pretty Frankenstein. Oh, and yes, these are my wife's sunglasses. The reason why I'm wearing these is because with this new injury to my brain, my eyes are really, really sensitive to light. Any kind of light, like kind of like, it makes my eyes squint and it makes it hurt. So I have to wear these sunglasses right now, and they're the only ones we got. So that is what it is on that. Also sounds, like loud sounds, like if people talk loud around me, or if like, you know, just somebody drops something, it really hurts, really irritates my my head, just gives me a headache. Majority of my pain right now is coming from my eyebrows and from my eyes moving. Like when you like turn your eyes to go look back and forth, that hurts. I'm on some medication right now, but it's only like Tylenol I'm on right now to help with that, and it's doing really well. Being in the car, it's a little bumpy, but we're gonna make do. At least tonight I don't gotta listen to all those machines beeping and people screaming around in the hospital. There was a guy that was next to me in the hospital. I have no idea who he is or what he looks like, but that man, I counted the seconds. There was 1 second between every scream. He would scream, "Come on, help, why?" And he would just make a lot of weird noises. And he did that for an hour and 15 minutes straight. I don't know what they weren't giving him. I don't know if he was on anything or if he was just going nuts, but that sucked. That was the first night too. And I was having a really rough time from all the anesthesia, but it's good to almost be home. We are in traffic right now. Tons of traffic. Of course, they're telling us they're going to discharge us this morning, and I was ready to go since like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and they discharged us at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to check back in and tell you guys a little bit more about my injury once we get back to the house. I think Big Boy's coming over. We're going to do something. Hopefully get some dinner and just relax, because it's been a rough 2 days. Alright, I'm officially home from the surgery, and today I'm not in terrible pain, but this kind of sucks, seeing how much my forehead's swollen today. The line that's on my nose right there, that's swell right there. That's what's getting created. And it's what's supposed to happen though. The doctor, he told me about it. He said on the 3rd day you'd get the most swelling. And here we are the 3rd day, and we are getting swelling. But you can see my eyes right here. There's a little bit of black and blue coming in on both sides. And other than that, I feel okay. My body feels weak just because I'm not being able to move around a lot. Like my hands just feel a little bit slow. I got to do a lot more workouts sitting in bed and stretching too of my ligaments and my muscles. But it's good. It's not bad. It's getting better. Compared to the first couple days, it was terrible. And I was tore up on the first day. I remember the first day, Big Boy came in.
I wish I could have filmed it, dude.
Yeah.
You were
Go
nowhere
tell
to
them
film.
what happened.
I rolled up right after Scotty's surgery, and they had to like get him a room. Once he got the room, I went in to go see him, and I realized at that point we were not going to get any footage of him at that moment in time because my dude was done. He was out for the count.
Oh.
You were talking, but like the littlest noise, like someone could go like this, and you'd be like, ah. So you made us close the door. You yelled at the nurse for talking too loud. You go, "It's fine that you're in here, but if you could stop talking so loud, that'd be awesome."
I tried to be nice about it. I had to. It was rough. Just like Big Boy's saying, I remember seeing him sitting there. It was him, my mom, and my dad, and my wife. And I see them, and I want to talk to them, and I want to talk to them about the surgery, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep my eyes open, and I couldn't keep myself from falling asleep. I just had to fall asleep. But as soon as I'd fall asleep, my body, as soon as my eyes would roll back, my body would wake up in a shock of nausea.
Yeah.
And it repeated and it repeated and it repeated, and it was terrible. And I didn't know, like I didn't know how I was gonna physically take it. I couldn't handle it. It was that
Every
bad.
6 minutes on the dot, you would fall asleep, and then you make
I'd
like
start moaning. Yeah, I'd
and
start
you're like,
moaning.
and you're like, I cannot deal with this. We tried to get you to take pain medicine. You wouldn't take that. We tried to get you to eat. You ate like a graham cracker, and you're like,
I couldn't
I
do
can't
it.
do it. You're like,
It's too nauseous.
and then I told you, I was like, yo, I'll get you a blueberry muffin from Starbucks. And you go, big boy, I'm going to throw up if you keep talking
I really
like this.
did. I still remember the blueberry muffin was a trigger for me. It was just like, I'm like, just, ugh. And it still is right now. I'm not ready for one. Don't even talk about it. So it was strange. But like, I remember going into this surgery knowing that this was going to be my last surgery to put the accident behind me. I was going to have a forehead again. You know, I was going to start to be normal, to look normal. And I knew it was going to be difficult, but it's more difficult than I expected. And let's look at the scar. Let's talk about this because it needs to be, man. It's insane. Like this is real. I'm not allowed to wash it until a couple hours tonight, and I got to put a bunch of ointment on there to make sure that there's no bacteria that gets on it. So I got to keep it clean. I'm not allowed to wear a hat. I'm not allowed to wear a hood. No helmet anymore ever again unless I'm going to be riding future down the road. But walking around, I'm safe. I'm good to go. I actually spoke with my doctor yesterday, right before I left the hospital, and we talked about the hardware that he used on my forehead. And he told me, he said this one piece, he says it looks like a dog bone. It's like a wire looking thing, like it's really flat. It's all titanium stuff, and it's shaped like a dog bone. It's got the four round ends on it. And I guess that's where the screws attach, 2 in the bone, 2 in the head. And there's 4. There's 2 of those on the bottom, 1 here, 1 there. Now up top, there's these things that he says are dowels, and he showed me a photo of them, and they're circular, and they're like really flat. They look like the tops that you'd put on Dremels if you were gonna cut something. It looks like that, and they have screws in there also. He told me he put 16 screws in my head.
That's incredible,
That's
dude.
unbelievable. I guys couldn't believe that. So we should be safe when it comes to the structure of it. And another crazy thing he told me was the plastic piece was made so precise that he didn't have to put any bone cement on my head to bond the prosthetic piece to the rest of my head. He said it fit that perfect that he's confident that they will be perfectly fine. So I had a really lucky go when it comes to getting a perfect prosthetic piece and the surgery going well. The scar had to be moved a little bit lower. Usually it was a little bit back there, like my hair covered it. It's lower now, so it's going to be, right at the top where my hairline is. I don't know how my hair is going to grow back. I don't know what kind of hairstyle I'm going to have to support. Hopefully it's not the same style as Big Boy. For the best on that
one. You look good with a shaved head, though. I'm not going to lie.
My head's big right now. I know how swollen it is. It looks a little off. But I haven't had a shaven head ever in my life. Like, I've had like a pretty close to being shaved, but not properly shaved.
House arrest video you did.
It was close.
It was close, but never down to the bone like
shaved
this.
like this. So I did get a free haircut out of it. That was kind of cool. But it's been an interesting process. But I'm glad that the hard part is over. Now it's just me healing. I got to get the scar to heal a little bit more, and then I can leave. I can go outside. And I know I'm not supposed to put a hat on or anything, so I don't really want to go out in public with this scar because I was in the hospital waiting area to get picked up yesterday, and every little kid that walked past, they looked at me like I'm something out of a horror movie. And I understand. I don't blame the kids because it looks scary. It looks
Listen, you let me know who those kids are. I'll go whoop some butt up in here.
No, I understand. I would have done the same thing, I'm sure, if I was a kid.
I'm not going to lie to you. This is not taking anything away from the injury, but I think the scar is awesome, dude. I think it's something cool.
Yeah,
like, if I had that scar, I wouldn't be disappointed about it. I'd shave my head every week just to show that I had that gnarly scar.
The attention's not worth it right now, but, I'll take the scar because this is part of the process. It's part of the journey. It's me getting better. Like, I was terrified to get a forehead that was prosthetic because it's like, who wants a prosthetic forehead with screws in your head? But at the same time, I didn't have a forehead, and this is a lot better, and so far so good. It looks amazing. Everything's healing so well, and I'm just feeling really good about this. So the next couple videos, Big Boy's gonna take over for at least a couple. I mean, I don't know how far it's gonna take me. hopefully it's like a day or so, and I feel
So I'm
good,
hoping.
and I can get into the skate park. I just gotta make sure I'm nice and clean. I gotta make sure nothing gets on me. And I'm able to wash my head tonight, which is a good thing, because the scar, it heals after 48 hours. That's when the seal inside your head, nothing can get in. But I still got clearly where the blood area is. That stuff needs to heal, needs to scab up, and then I got to get all 53 or 55 stitches taken out. And that's going to be in 14 days from the accident. So I got a little bit of time.
Are we gonna do it like your wrist stitches, where me and you do it?
No,
or-
no, we're gonna get it taken out. Me and you are not taking out
come
these
on,
stitches.
man.
No possible way. I got to make sure that everything is up to par when it comes to this, because it's the head and it needs to be properly taken care of, man. The brain's right there, and this brain's been through enough. I'm just so glad I got a second chance at this. So let's end it on that. I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop on my injury, and everything is going good. All you guys that are following me on Instagram, thank you guys so much for the well wishes. I read every single one of them because I really don't have anything else better to do, and I really appreciate it, guys. But I think we're going to try something tomorrow. I think we're going to do our first live stream, and we're going to do this one as a question and answer. So if you guys want to know about my injury, know about my accident, just any kind of questions that I'm not addressing, things that I'm forgetting, things that you guys want to know, I'm glad to answer them for you guys, because I want you guys to be in the loop. I want you guys to feel like you're a part of this journey, because you guys are. I got hurt filming a YouTube video. I have no problem with that. It's BMX and it's part of the game, and I completely understand that. And I don't hold anything against the YouTube video for that, or my bike. But, I just want to bring you guys along on this journey as much as I can, because you guys deserve it. So remember to subscribe to the channel and get ready for 4 o'clock tomorrow, because we're going to give it a go. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.